Buddy, this is Jeffrey Jansen. Sorry, I just wanted to get that set up right. We are reading chapter 2, Finding Your Why. Give me just a second here. All right, so we are on chapter 2 of Finding Your Why. All right, and let me get to the page. All right, and give me just a second here so I can get this all set up right. Okay, so chapter 2, Discover Your Why. The book is Find Your Why by SINEK. Okay, best-selling author, Start With Why, David Mead and Peter Docker. We are in chapter 2, Discover Your Why. Chapter 2, Discover Your Why. Here we go. It is page 28. The work world is tough. Wake up, go to work, deal with the boss, or if you are the boss, deal with everyone. Make money, ideally to make more this year than last year. Come home, manage personal life, go to bed, wake up, repeat. That's plenty to deal with every day. Why get fancy and waste time by trying to also understand why you do what you do? The answer to the question isn't fancy, it's simple. Whether you're reading this as an entrepreneur, an employee, as a leader of a team or division, or you want to tackle the why of your entire organization. Discovering the why injects the passion into our work. This is not a formula for success. There are many ways to be successful by traditional metrics. However, the Golden Circle is a tool to help us achieve long-term fulfilling success. If you're an entrepreneur, discover your why so you can communicate what is singular about your company to your employees and clients or customers. For example, Apple may not always sell the very best products. Battery life. But if you're someone who wants to think different, you probably swear by Apple on an emotional level. You never experience with, say, Dell, and knowing your why makes it easier to hire the right people. Every entrepreneur wants a staff of true believers. But how can you find those people if you aren't clear on what, beyond hard work, you need them to believe in? If you know your why, you can hire people who believe what you believe, which is much stronger. Motivator than money, knowing your why is the secret to hiring for fit. Bullet point 1. If you're an individual employee, like Steve, the light steel salesman who sat next to Peter, knowing your why refreshes or renews your passions and connects you to your company's why. And should you and that company ever part ways, clearly understanding your own why will be an inevitable tool to help choose your next job. A company where you're more likely to fit, succeed, and feel fulfilled. Bullet 2. If you belong to a team or division, within an organization, it will likely have its own subculture, in some cases articulating that team's why. The unique contribution the team makes to the organization can be very powerful. It can help connect those people on the team in a deeper and more meaningful way to the difference the organization makes the world. Bullet point 3. If you want to discover the why of the entire organization, it will come from one of two sources. The first is from the founder's why, which draws from their origin story. If the founder is no longer available, we have a method that engages people in the organization to identify the why based on the best elements of the existing culture. We divided our approaches to why discovery into 3 chapters that address these categories above. Whether you're a founder, entrepreneur, or an employee, you're one person, you will use the individual why discovery process covered in chapter 3. If you are part of a team, group, or division within a large company, use the tribe approach, covered in chapters 4 and 5. The tribe approach is also the method you should use if you want to discover the why of the entire organization and the founder is no longer actively involved. But before you separate individuals and tribes, let's jump into the heart of the process, the basic steps everyone follows. Step 1. Gather stories and share them. Each of us has only one why. It's not a statement about who we aspire to be. It expresses who we are when we are at our natural best. If, like Steve, the steel salesman, you're already unconsciously living your why, then spelling it out for yourself will turn it into an even more powerful tool. And if you're struggling to live your why, then finally understand your purpose. Cause or belief can help you change course and realign with a perspective, a new role, or perhaps even a new company to help you find the feeling of fulfillment that may have eluded you thus far. At its core, the why is an origin story. By looking to our past and teasing out the most significant threads, the experiences we've had, the people we've been influenced by, the lives we've touched, and the highs and lows we've faced, we can identify patterns. For individuals, our why is fully formed by our late teens. To uncover our why, we must bring together our standout memories, our defining moments, and examine them to find the connections. For tribes, the why also comes from the past. Either the origin story of why also comes from the past, either the origin story of how the company was founded, or from specific stories shared by another member of the tribe that represents what makes them proud to be part of the tribe. Either way, discovering your why is like panning for gold in the river of the past. The gold is there, lost in the debris of the river, hidden by the rushing water. Only when you take the time to pan for the significant moments of the past, retrieving them nugget by nugget, will they turn into treasure. The more specific the memories, the better. Our family took a driving vacation every summer. Nope, that's too general to be helpful. Our family always took driving vacations. One year the car broke down in the desert and we had to hitchhike to Albuquerque. I was seriously scared. Leaders are the ones who have the courage to go first and open the path for others to follow. Let me say that again. This is important. Leaders are the ones who have the courage to go first and open a path for others to follow. But I remember thinking that I needed to be strong so that my younger sister wouldn't be scared as well. So I made up a game to entertain us. This is the kind of specific detail you'll need. Rediscovering the details, the feelings, the conversations, the lessons learned will offer clues to who you are and what your why is. The more stories you can recover and share, the more data you'll compile. And the more data you can draw on, the more easily you'll begin to see the recurring ideas or the themes. Whether you're an individual or a tribe, press your memory for the stories that have made the biggest differences in your life. Some occasions you recall may be momentous, but many won't be. What's important is the quality of the memory, the specific details you remember, and the strong emotion you feel as you tell the story to someone else. Because it's very different to be objective and see the golden thread that connects our stories. We suggest, whether you follow the individual or the tribe process, that you work with a partner or with a facilitator, respectively. Are you wondering, will this take as long as Freudian theory? Relax, there's no couch required. You'll come up with many specific, impactful memories as you can, at least 10. Once you've got them all down, you'll choose about 5 or 6 that made the biggest difference in your life and share them in as much detail as you can. Step 2. Identify themes. Did you ever come from a party and realize that you had a really good time? Mostly because you met someone who got you talking about your life growing up or your experience in business. Part of the fun that night, besides the joy of hearing yourself talk, may have been that in hearing the stories, your listener developed an idea of who you are, one that you may have found startling. Instead of being just the middle child, for example, you emerge as the glue that held your siblings together. Instead of being only one of many employees, you turned out to be the new hire who walked in the door and started everyone in a fresh direction by saying, "Why do you guys always do it that way?" Reconnecting with your past to discover your why can be fun in the same kind of way. As you pan for your stories and share them, themes will start to emerge, insights about yourself or your team that you may never have expressed before. As the process unfolds, 1 or 2 of those nuggets will seem to shine brighter than all the others. They will feel bigger, more important. They will shine so brightly that you'll point to them and say, That's me. That's who I am. Or that's us. That's our team. These themes become the foundation of your why statement. Step 3. Draft and refine a why statement. With one or two shiny nuggets in hand, you're ready to take a crack at your why statement. Try to make yours. Simple and clear, actionable, focused on the effect you have on all others, express in affirmative language that resonates with you. Eventually, you will put your why statement into this format. To, so that, yep, that's all it is. Not 15 paragraphs, just one sentence. Of course, simple doesn't necessarily mean easy. In one sentence, it's harder to hedge or sidestep or hide behind gobbledygook. One sentence is the absolute lowest common denominator. One sentence is usually more honest. And if you can wrestle your why into one sentence, you're much more likely to remember it and act on it. Though we will get into more detail in later chapters, let's break it down a little bit now. The first blank represents the contributions you make to the lives of others. The second blank represents the impact of your contributions. So, could your why statement be to finish every project ahead of schedule and under budget so that I can be promoted and earn enough to save college money for my kids? No, even if you see that as a truth right now, your why statement will go deeper than that. It is everlasting and must be relevant in both your personal and professional life. It is a statement of your value at work as much as it is the reason your friends love you. We don't have a professional why and personal why. We are who we are wherever we are. Your contribution is not a product or a service. It's the thing around which everything you do, the decisions you make, the tasks you perform, the products you sell, align to bring about the impact you envision. Let's come at this from another angle by analyzing a real person's why statement. Here's how Simon SINEK expressed his why: to inspire people to do the things that inspire them so that together we can change our world. The impact Simon seeks is for each of us to change the world, in a big and small ways, for the better. Fantastic. But this goal is too broad and abstract on its own. It's high contribution, what he actually does on Monday morning to make change happen, that gives direction to his desired impact. The contribution part, to inspire others, gives Simon the focus he needs. The books he writes, the talks he gives, the workshops he conducts are what he does, all of them, infused with his cause to inspire people. And the more effectively he inspires others, the more likely every person who is drawn to his work will make a change to our world for the better. The to, so that format works for everyone. It's the simplest way to codify our calling, whether our why is individual or tribal. When we work with a clear why in mind, we show up every single day with the feeling that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. Many of us are like Steve, the man of steel. Even if we're living our why, we may find it hard to articulate our contribution impact in specific words. The why discovery process, individuals or tribe, is designed to help you put all those gut feelings, all those things that inspire you, into words. For the process, you will need: bullet point, a good partner or facilitator. Choose someone who will push you to think beyond the surface, to go out of your comfort zone and uncover the memories and experiences that are the source of your why. Very likely, it's your partner or facilitator rather than you, who will be able to look down from the perspective of 50,000 feet and see the themes in your stories. Bullet point, enough time. How long is enough? Hard to say. Most likely, more than 6 minutes in less than 6 hours, we will map out all the necessary details in the chapters to come. All we ask for now is that you trust the process. It works. Chapter 3, which we're going to read today in just a minute, is why discover for individuals. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to stop it. And then we are going to go into this book, okay? So I've got to stop everybody.